Spot number 12 brings us to Fontana, California, and California Speedway, or Auto Club Speedway as it is known now. One of 3 tracks in this area of Southern California. Here we got, well, I should say, yeah, three racetracks in this area of Southern California. Not only you got this 2-mile D-shaped racetrack, but adjacent to it, you got Auto Club Famoso Raceway, one of the a quarter-mile drag strip, and about a few miles away, about 30 minutes to an hour away, you got Auto Club Raceway in Pomona, California. So you got basically 2 drag strips and a NASCAR track, and we're at the NASCAR track in Fontana, California today for the running of the Auto Club 400s. We're set for 38 laps of action on this racetrack here, the 12th stop of the series. And here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Benjamin Miles in car number 25, the Kodiak Chevrolet. Pole speed at over 185 miles an hour. Alongside of him is Zach Rogers in car number 1, 2-time winner of the season so far. Second row, we see Nathan Orman in car number 6, the Valvoline Ford. He'll be alongside car number 30, Jay Jefferson in the Pennzoil Pontiac, a pair of motor oil companies in the same row. Third row sees Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, and Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3, both of them carrying in-car cameras in today's event. Fourth row sees car number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and beside him will be Dylan Poteet, car 22, the Maxwell House Ford. Next row sees Keith Batson in car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford. He'll be alongside Seth Cole in car 52. He's our third in-car camera, the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. Next row sees Rob Evans in car number 12, the Ray Biss's Buick. He won this season at Texas, and beside him is our Richmond winner, Matt McIntyre in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. Next row sees Jesse Turner in number 94, the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, and number 5, Phil Parker in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. Phil won the season in the Daytona 500. Next row sees Johnny Gardner in car number 8, and beside him will be car number 14, Ryan George in the Cornflake Chevrolet. Johnny won the season at Bristol. Next row sees Quentin Moore in car 21 at the Citgo Ford. He'll be alongside car 42, Kyle Matthews in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Next row sees Levi McIntyre, number 17, of the Western Auto Chevrolet. Beside him will be car number 29, Zachary Fitzwater in the Hardee's Pontiac. Next row, Mike Becker in car 43, the STP Pontiac. He'll be alongside car 24, Charles Sanford in the DuPont Chevrolet. Charles won the season at Atlanta. Next row sees number 27, Cat Batson in McDonald's Ford, and Joshua Osborne in car 31 of Goodrich Mom and Pop Chevrolet. Cat won the season by way at Darlington. Next row sees Nathan Hudson in 55, and beside him will be car number 68, Kev Scherer, both of them in Oldsmobiles. Next row sees another 2-time winner, Jessica Shelton in the Coors Light Milling Ford. She won at Martinsville and the last race on tour at Sonoma. She's alongside Matt Haas in car number 18 at Interstate Batteries. The Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. I should mention Zach Rogers was the only other driver to have won twice this season so far. Next row sees Alex Miller, number 83, and beside him will be car number 70, Mitchell Collins, and number 70, I should say, it's Wade Brummer, excuse me, not Mitchell Collins, Wade Brummer, the Sons of Everspeed Rumpel Furniture Pontiac. Next row down sees Mitchell Collins in car number 20, the Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile. He'll be alongside car 7, Christian Russell in the Azeric Antifreeze Ford. Next row sees car number 75, Laura Chung in the Dinner Bell Food Line Oldsmobile. She'll be alongside car 66, Ryan Brommer. Next row sees Gene Stanford, number 98, and beside her, number 15, Jackson Haywood. Next row sees Henry Stanford in 71, and beside him will be car number 10, Paul Minnick. Then it's Jacob Thibodeau and Adam Garcia, and starting shotgun on the field will be car number 90, Jordan Anderson in the Hollig Myers Ford. So the field of 41 lined up for some racing here today at California Speedway. As we're about to get the command to fire the engines for this, the Auto Club 400. Field rounding through turns 3 and 4 here, so we get set for racing here at California Speedway here. Benjamin Miles and Zach Rogers on the front row for this event here. Zach Rogers, we mentioned, him and Jessica Shelton are the only two-time winners this season so far. Out of the drivers who's won here so far in season 26, as the field comes off corner number 4, the pace car is already on pit road. And the green flag will fly for some racing here today. You remember last season we saw some great racing with the Aero 88 model. It was also on CTS Physics. This is on CTS Physics here at this season. And we expect to see maybe more of the same possibly here. As the green flags fly, we're underway in the Auto Club 400 at California Speedway. And it's Benjamin Miles taking the jump on the start here as they come up as they go through 1 and 2. Rogers is second, Dylan Young up to third, and they're starting to fan out right now here. We saw. You remember the racing we saw. Remember the racing we saw at Talladega, though. This will be also almost the same way we saw at Talladega. William Brock almost in the Dylan Young as they go through turns 3 and 4. They're 4 wide, 5 wide coming off turn number 4. Jesse Turner way down in the track. They're trying to push Johnny Gardner. It says Benjamin Miles. It's the first time of this race, and look at this. And they go into turn number 1 once again, and a crash here. William Brock has crashed. William Brock into the wall coming through 1 and 2. Him and Dylan Poteet and Nathan Ormond all gets into the wall here, and pace car lights are not even on though, so we're still under green. Meantime, Zach Rogers and Benjamin Miles battling out for the lead here as they come off turn number 4. Who's going to lead this side? It looks like Miles once again. Yes, it is by about a half a car length going across the start finish line. But Rogers not giving up on the outside. They're 4 wide back there. This track's wide enough. We can see 4 wide. We can see 3, 4 wide racing. Sometimes 5 wide racing, as we saw there. Heck, at one time here at California, we actually saw 6 wide with these cars, and it somehow still made it through 1 and 2, being 6 wide. And that was a stroke of luck there, actually, just trying to, with the fact that because of the fact they made it across the. They made it 6 wide and still made it work. Boy, some slicing and dicing going on here at California Speedway here as you're now on board with Seth Cole in car number 52. Was running in 3rd position, now is now falling back a little bit now as Johnny Gardner goes by him. Now Quentin Moore now challenges for the lead on the inside of Benjamin Miles. As they come across the start-finish line here, Seth Cole getting a draft off a 25 car here, 190 miles an hour into turn number 1. 191 actually going into turn number 1 actually. Last lap speed for Seth, 188.359 miles per hour. And here's 2 of the Sanfords here, Charles and Henry. They're drafting off each other, trying to get a run, trying to get past the number 9 of Jessica Shelton, who's now getting a draft off the 26 car of Matt McIntyre. We mentioned about last season's race here at California Speedway. It was actually one of, if not the best race of the season last season with that package we had, because it was a lot like racing we're seeing right now here at California Speedway here, because I mean they were 3 wide, 4 wide, making it and everything, and just lead change after lead change it seems like, and it was just tremendous stuff here. As you see 2 of the ladies battling it out, Jean Sanford and Kat Batson for the lead. One who led that time by, it looked like Kat Batson did. Yes, it did. 27. But here comes Zach Rogers breaking up that party here as they go into turn number 1. 4 wide into the turn, actually, too. Joshua Osborne is in his mix. And where did Mitchell Collins in the 20 car come from? He started way back in the back. And is now up in the top 10. But here comes Rob Evans. He's going to make it 4 wide into turn number 1. Into turn number 3. Ooh, Osborne and Collins got close, and so did Batson in the 27. My goodness. Well, I'm trying to think who led the last time by. It was Zach Rogers who led the last time by in car number 1. Now battling for the lead is car number 12, Rob Evans, and 42, Kyle Matthews. Evans has the lead. The man who won at Texas this season, Kyle Matthews, is yet to win this season. But hopefully does here today. Hopefully for him, he can do that today as he comes off the. Again, on the backstretch in the third turn now, battling for the lead once again. Pontiac on the inside, Buick on the outside as they come off turn number 4. Keith Batson in 28 now moves low. Gets a draft off Matthews, and Matthews leads that lap. Three wide, a couple of rows deep there in the middle of the pack. Wade Brummer and Jordan Anderson side by side here, and now, oh, Benjamin Miles and Levi McIntyre, they touch going through the third and fourth turns here. Here they come through turns 1 and 2 once again here, and now Phil Parker has the lead now, number 5, and Keith Batson led the last time by. Batson crossover move in that 28 car. He says, I don't want to be on the outside. Now he goes to the inside here. Mike Becker shoving him. Osborne's up there. Shelton's up there. Jesse Turner, number 94, is up there. Keith Batson, car 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford out in front. Two-time winner last season and also season 24 series champion. And here comes another car that you can say, where did he come from? Wade Brummer in the 70 car as he looks low on the track for Jesse Turner. That is for I think, 4th position. In the meantime, Matt McIntyre in 26 goes way down low as Kev Shear and Phil Parker's up there. Now Seth Cole decides to make it 4 wide between McIntyre, Brommer, and Shelton. As she got drop kicked up the high side now, and there they come down the backstretch again. Cole Deaver in car number 3 is up there. The GM Goodwrench Chevy. On board with Cole Deaver in the number 3 Goodwrench Chevy as he falls behind Benjamin Miles in 25. Last lap by for Deaver over 190 miles per hour, 190.431 to be exact. As Miles pushes Joshua Osborne out to the top spot. Off turn number 4, Deaver now caught in the middle between Shear and Miles as they come down the front stretch. Excuse me. Kev Shear up to 3rd position here, and there's Paul Minnick in number 10. He's moved his way up through the field, up through the up from the back of the pack here. Now Phil Parker and Levi McIntyre decides it's go time, and McIntyre dives low, takes the lead away from, or takes position, I should say, away from Phil Parker. That was for 4th position, I think, as he now tries to hold off Henry Sanford in the 71 car. And Henry decides to go way down the low side here, and they're 3 wide about. I saw 4 wide right there between. Whoa! Dylan Young and Alex Miller got really close coming off turn number 2. And now Kev Shear now dives way down the low side. And he's going for the lead. There's 3 wide between he, Deaver, and Osborne. Osborne backs out of it. Now can Kev Shear take the lead from Cole Deaver that time by? No, he does not. Levi McIntyre now moves down low as he takes position from Shear and Osborne. And now Dylan Young now goes back down on the low side. He tries to get by Nathan Hudson in 55. Hudson keeps position. Young and Alex Miller still going at it. Coming to the start-finish line, McIntyre now trying to the low side of Deaver. He gets the push from Nathan Hudson in 55 and pushes Levi McIntyre up to the lead. But here comes Dylan Young in car number 2 to the low side. Nothing doing there for Young. So McIntyre now goes to the top spot as we're almost halfway through this race here. As halfway home will be lap number 19. McIntyre leads. 2nd position is still Nathan Hudson. Dylan Young up to 3rd. Battle for 4th between Joshua Osborne, Zach Rogers, and Keith Batson. And throw Cole Deaver to this mix as well, too. Rogers gets pushed up to the high. Rogers gets a little bit loose in the middle of the track through 3 and 4. Cross start-finish line they go here. Rogers still trying as he looks to the low side of Osborne for 4th position. Now tries for 3rd on Dylan Young. And Nathan Hudson goes to the lead in car 55. In the meantime, down low goes Keith Batson and Charles Sanford. Batson tries to make a 3 wide. He pushes Rogers up the track, almost into Levi McIntyre. And now Sanford slams the door in Cole Deaver's face now as they come down the front stretch here. Cole trying to get a draft off Sanford's car, trying to push Sanford by Keith Batson, but Cole says, "Screw it, I want to go for the 2nd position." And that plan backfired. Charles had the high side, had the momentum on the high side of the track. Now the Childress cars, the 3 and the 31, are side by side here as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Oh, come on. Oh, keep it together, guys. This is, oh my gosh. I thought they were going to bunch up and wreck. And just I say that, though, Mike Becker almost did right into Seth Cole. Boy, just look at this pack right there. 4 wide, a couple of rows deep. And oh, by the way, Charles Sanford's taking the lead. Or, actually, no, scratch it. He did not take the lead yet. Hudson was still the leader when I said that, though, but now Sanford does not take the lead, on that one. So, Charles Sanford goes to the lead now. Does he lead a lap from Hudson? Yes, he does. But then he went 4 wide here, and what a push Cat Batson gave Joshua Osborne in the 31 car, a tandem draft. into turn number 1 here, and that gave Osborne the lead for the moment, but here comes Cole Beaver back on the outside of the number 3 car. Oh boy, this is hairy, but right there, this is hairy. Boy, if we can, we're gonna get a. Well, if we can, though, we're gonna get a. Yeah, look at that. First through 38th is 1.83 seconds separating the two here. We're gonna look again, and we're gonna look at see what it is this time by between the first and 38th place cars here. 39, 40, and 41 are pretty much already well back in the back, though. That's the pack of Ormond, Brock, and Poteet. It's now 187 now between the first and 38th place cars here. Osborne continues to lead, and now going to second position is Seth Cole at number 30 and number 52. They are averaging 187.846 miles an hour, almost 188 miles an hour at this point here. And here comes Rob Evans. He almost made a 3 wide, but now he decides to push Seth Cole to the lead now in car 52. And moves Seth Cole to the top spot now at number 52, the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. And now Osborne is going backwards in that 31 car now, and that Budweiser number 11. Where did Adam Garcia come from in the number 11 car? He's now suddenly up challenging for the top 10. And here comes 26 car. That's Matt McIntyre driving the same scheme that won with Quentin Moore last season. And now Garcia's caught up on the high side now, and as now McIntyre and Shelton both go by as they come through 1 and 2. And here comes Cat Batson in 27 to the low side. And Matt McIntyre now suddenly ducks to the inside. Seth Cole continues to lead now as we're coming up on 10 laps remaining. It'll be 11 to go right now. 11 laps to go here at California Speedway. And what has been a tremendous Auto Club 400 so far. Here comes Jesse Turner to the low side, 94. Pontiac on the high side, Oldsmobile on the low side here. Zach Rogers trying to become the first driver to win 3 times this season. He won, as we mentioned, at North Wilkesboro, and he also backed it up with a win at Talladega. Jessica Shelton's also won twice this season, as we mentioned before, at Martinsville and Sonoma. The Sonoma being the last race on the tour. And this, by the way, is also the last chance for those who are not qualified for the All-Star race at Charlotte to try to make their way into the All-Star race. The All-Star race, of course, for the drivers who's won either the first 12 races of the season, won in the first 12 races of this season, or as a former champion, or as a past champion in the series. That's how they qualify in the All-Star race here. In the All-Star race here this season. Otherwise, otherwise, you'll have to try to qualify. Otherwise, your last chance will be in the Winston Open, and the top 5 finishers in that race will transfer into the Winston. Nine laps remaining here at California Speedway. And you got several drivers that are not qualified for the All-Star race, so are trying their darndest to qualify in their way in here at California. That's for darn sure. Through turns 3 and 4 they come here, as you see Dylan Young stuck in the middle between him, Zach Rogers, and I was going to say Mitchell Collins, but Collins zipped by them both, and now Cab Shearer, and Shearer gets the door slammed in the face by Dylan Young. Little Wawa versus Sheets going on here as they go through the third and fourth. Whoa, Jacob! Seven laps remaining here. 7 laps to go at California Speedway here. Ryan George, car 14's now the one out in front. Seth Cole to second position. Matt McIntyre, 26 is up to third. Paul Minnick trying for fourth on Jay Jefferson in a 30 car. And here comes Mitchell Collins, and you know he'd like to get into the All-Star race himself in that 20 car. So would Paul Minnick, and so would Jay Jefferson, so would Ryan George, and so would Seth Cole. Those drivers are not qualified in. Six laps to go. 5.5 now. Yeah. So I've said many times before, in a situation like this, you paid your money, now take your choice here. Who do you think will be the one that wins the race? Wins this race? 38 cars in the pack, and one of them will go to victory lane. And here comes Cole Deaver, car number 3 to the left side. Deaver won the season at Rockingham. It's also a past series champion from season 21, driving this very paint scheme of his all-time hero, Dale Earnhardt. Matt McIntyre, car 26 now goes to the lead. The Quaker State Ford. 4 laps remaining here at California. 4 wide again. And Dylan Young looks down low, almost makes it 5 wide. But gets it down to 4 wide, goes through 1 and 2 here. Some hairy stuff here. And talk about cars we haven't seen all race long here. How about the 18 and the 75? The 18 of Matt Haas and the 75 of Laura Chung. Could those two possibly pull off an upset? Christian Russell was 7. He's not on his own. That should have been a wreck. And I don't know. You got cars fused together here through 3 and 4 there. And like I said, I don't know how that did not cause a wreck here. But I was going to say here, can some of these guys pull off an upset and possibly win this race and upset this delicate apple cart? Down the backstretch off turn number 2 here. Meantime, Jefferson and Dylan Young side by side. And they're catching the lap cars of Dylan Poteet, Nathan Orman, and William Buck. They're on the tail end of the lead lap and hope they don't get lapped by the time this race is over. Meantime, side by side, Young and McIntyre. And Matt McIntyre led the last time by. 2 laps remaining. Third turns 3 and 4. The 26 and the 2 side by side, a pair of Fords. And Dylan Young pulls ahead. Laura Chung moves up to the top 5 now in the 75 car. In a 75 Dinner Bell Oldsmobile. And here comes Kev Sheard to the low side. He's not in the All-Star race this season. And whoa, he and Miles, they got loose through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Matt Haas at the 3rd spot. He could possibly upset these 2 cars. Start finish line. The white flag waves. 1 lap remaining. McIntyre has about a bumper length advantage. Here comes Matt Haas to the low side for the lead 3 wide. McIntyre pulls ahead in 26. Haas in the 18 car. He's up to 2nd. Benjamin Miles in 25. He's going to make it 3 wide, possibly. In the 3rd turn, Matt Haas, car 18. Does he have anything for Matt McIntyre to come to the 3rd and 4th turns here? Lap cars up ahead. William Buck in the 4th car. The sight, they're coming to start finish line. It's going to be Matt McIntyre winning here at California. Matt McIntyre has become the 3rd driver to win 2 races this season. And for the second season in a row, the Quaker State team goes to victory lane at California. Last season he did with Quentin Moore, and Quentin was driving a Buick that season. This season they do it in a Ford, and I think it was a setup from the Buick that was in that ride, I think, too, maybe, but I don't know. But what a fine drive by Matt McIntyre as he wins here today. Matt Haas comes home second. A great day for him in the Interstate Barrier Chevrolet. Third will go to Benjamin Miles. Fourth to Quentin Moore, and Keb Shearer finishes in fifth. Then Dylan Young, Zachary Bitzwater. How about Laura Chung in 8th, Mike Becker 9th, and Wade Brummer finishes in 10th. In this race here, Alex Miller was 11th, Paul Bennett 12th, Ryan Brummer 13th, Jessica Shelton 14th, Gene Samper 15th. Then Cole Deaver, Jacob Thibodeau 17th, 18th Jay Jefferson, Matt Mitchell Collins 19th, and Phil Parker comes home 20th. Wow, we said last season's race at California was one of the was pretty much the best of season 25. I think we just duplicated that race here in season 26. That was some excellent, tremendous racing. That was Talladega quality type racing right there. Rest of the finishers here: Cat Batson comes home 21st, 22nd Christian Russell, Zach Rogers 23rd, 24th Charles Sanford matching his car number. Johnny Gardner, Jesse Turner, Levi McIntyre, Keith Batson matches his car number 28th. Joshua Osborne 29th, and Adam Garcia was 30th. Then comes Ryan George, Seth Cole, Henry Sanford, Jackson Haywood, Jordan Anderson, Kyle Matthews, a disappointing 36th. Nathan Hudson was 37th, and Rob Evans was 38th. The tail end of that pack of cars. The cars of Ormond, Poteet, and Brock did hold on to finish on the lead lap barely. In this race here, Ormond was 38th. Ormond was 39th, Poteet 40th, and Brock 41st in this race here today. In fact, we're actually going to take a look as to what happened with what caused Ormond, Brock, and Poteet to all be stragglers in the back of the field the whole race long here. Because this race went green. I thought we actually had our first caution flag of the day when this happened. Ormond got crowded by Dylan Poteet got right into Ormond's car and then sent them both into William Brock's car. Brock got sideways, actually, if it wasn't for that turn 1 and 2 wall here, it might have been a little bit worse than it was here. Poteet also got a piece with of the 5 car of Phil Parker while this was going on. Boy, look at some of these cars that are going by. Jackson Haywood, whoa! And he and Paul Minnick got fused together, the 15 and the 10 cars. But you see the damage to that number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet, as same with the number 6 Ford. But that was how. Anyway, that was how everybody finished here in today's race. Average speed 187.665. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interesting gaming videos whenever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup series. That's also on his channel. That's from Seth Cole himself, and I guarantee his races are a lot better than what I have to offer too here in this channel. Here. So that was today at California Speedway here. Congratulations again to Matt McIntyre, the winner of the Auto Club 400 at California Speedway. For now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you for All-Star Weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway.